la! Thank you for joining Speculation Sunday on a Monday. We got Just Ask Danny in the house. How are you doing, my friend?
Great. It feels good to be back. Ready for some Q&A today.
Some Q&A, dude.
It's a Q&A kind of day.
Yeah, Q&A type of day. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I know it's Monday. It's the holidays. People are traveling, doing family stuff, getting ready for the big day, Christmas. Anything special on your end, Danny? Like food-wise or just, you know what I mean, that you're going to do?
Yeah, I have to brave the crowds tomorrow at Porto's to pick up some dessert for family party.
Damn,
So
dude, Porto tomorrow? Oh, my
on a
God.
Christmas Eve, can you believe it?
Wow. Wow. Is there like certain treats that are your favorite from Porto's that stand out to you?
I like just like regular guava like pastries that they got going on. I don't like the guava cheese, just like regular guava. Potato balls, and then the tres leches cake. I used to when I used to have dairy stuff, but I'm going tomorrow to specifically get tres leches cake. So
Damn. Dude, the guava strudels, those are like, I just like, you cannot eat one. You want to eat another one right after. Those things are so good. Just Portos in general. Hey, soon enough, Danny, you'll get those Portos runs at Disney.
I know I could just go to Disneyland tomorrow.
Like I don't know how if you had to take a wild guess, do you think we have Portos by 2030? So 5 years. You think we get it by 5 years?
Yeah, I could see that.
All right, so 2030, we'll all be eating Portos. Coconut strudels? I don't think I've
Oh, I've
had a
never
coconut.
tried the coconut one.
Yeah, I've never seen a coconut. I only see like apple and guava. I've never seen coconut. That would be new to me. All right, we're gonna get straight into it today. Before we go into Q&A, we gotta talk about the breaking news that came out of Disney. Everybody's blocked out. We can't visit the parks right now, but they dropped this. Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond has opened officially, and they gave us pictures of what it looks like inside. Um, Before we go into it deep, I just want to go straight into this. And shout out to Drew, he pointed this out, and other people were talking about it too. Is this portrait right here? Um, is that the new bride, Danny? Because we talked about a bride possibly being changed in Haunted Mansion a long time ago, but the whole conversation is we have to wait till Haunted Mansion holiday leaves, which is not that far away. What do you think about that portrait right there, Danny?
Yeah, it's true, right? There's a lot of changes coming to Haunted Mansion. I think people aren't really expecting yet, right? We reopened Haunted Mansion with a virtual queue and no exterior queue, and it reopened as Haunted Mansion Holiday and closed last year as Haunted Mansion Holiday. So we haven't had regular Haunted Mansion in a while. But for those keen eyes that have been paying attention to the very final scene of Haunted Mansion, even now, as Haunted Mansion Holiday, the end scene is digital. And people aren't really paying attention to that. But the scene at the end when you have Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and you get like a little gift, whether it's like a creepy little like gingerbread or something like that, a bundle of dynamite. Those used to be physical props, just like the physical ghosts were behind the mirror. Now those are digital, and it's more evident if you happen to be the one that gets the question mark, right? It does all this fun effect. It's no longer physical anymore. So that's a pretty fair say that like once Haunted Mansion Holiday goes away, we're going to see digital effects there, probably a lot like what we have at Walt Disney World at the end. And I don't think people are ready for that just yet, but it's on the way. And like you said, does this bride picture here also bode to, or foreshadow to also changes to the bride, right? That scene, if you remember this year, Mondo, they specifically changed that part of the attic scene this year to where it's blocked off. They've
Yeah.
never had that like that before in Haunted Mansion Holiday. It's actually blocked off there now, and they have like two new props that are right in front of it in the area where the bride is at is completely walled off, and that's not normally the case during Haunted Mansion Holiday. They don't make an effort to block it off like that. So this was the first time it was like that. So we're seeing a new digital ending. We're seeing like that weird block off in the attic. So is that bride maybe foreshadowing to what's behind the block off area currently in Haunted Mansion? We'll have to find out, once Haunted Mansion reopens after the holiday season.
Do you like the way that bride looks? If it is the bride?
Yeah, I do. I don't like the current bride right now that we have from Constance. It's not as scary, and I get the kind of they were trying to go for a whole storyline where like you saw pictures of the bride with her husbands, and then like the light changes, and then the husband's heads disappear, and then she kind of has her thing. But the projection effect and everything just never really looked right on that bride. It was kind of off. So I just didn't think it was as spooky as the original bride that was there with like the thumping heart. And we've talked about that before on this show, how we liked the other one better in that aspect. The thumping heart one was always kind of like something that stood out to us a lot more. Um, and for me as a kid, I remember that distinctively from the old Haunted Mansion as being like pretty spooky. So I feel like at least if we're comparing that bride that's pictured in Somewhere Beyond gift shop, that looks a little bit more creepier, right? And a little bit more like spooky ghost ish. And even cooler if there's actually a cat next to her too. That'd be really fun. There's a
It,
little cat aspect up there.
it is say this is a new bride. Is the storyline changing a little bit with the other pictures in the attic? You know, the guys that lost their heads, or is just the bride's gonna get changed? You know what I mean? What do you think?
Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Yeah, there could be a whole thing that's changing, right? Like, I mean, we're kind of getting a little preview of it now, right? The new Haunted Mansion exterior queue has opened. They're not even playing Haunted Mansion holiday music in that queue. They're playing regular Haunted Mansion like spooky music in that queue. So it's kind of a weird juxtaposition right now. You're like in the queue and they're playing Haunted Mansion music and like ambiance stuff that they've created for this. And then you enter the mansion and it's playing like the la 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 like Haunted Mansion holiday stuff. So it's really interesting.
Two different
Uh,
tones, like totally different tones.
yeah. So and there's also extra props and things in there that kind of tell maybe a continued storyline, which we've already had Ken Potrock. I think Mondo, you're the one that showcased that. I think David mentioned it too, David Vaughn, in his updates on his TikTok. That Ken Potrock mentioned he wants to plus up the different lands and older attractions at Disneyland to kind of give them a new storyline, a new theme, a new element per se, and we got this whole redo of New Orleans Square, and we're going to probably see a lot more once Haunted Mansion reopens after Haunted Mansion Holiday, and they put things back to the way it was. We'll see kind of what else has changed, right? You talked about this a while ago, Mondo. When Oogie Boogie and his little wheel of fortune goes away, what comes back there?
Yeah.
Do we see regular ghosts there? Do we see digital ghosts there? What do we see?
I don't, man, Haunted Mansion. I gotta go day one. Like when it goes to regular Haunted Mansion, it's just been so long. I don't know what the exact dates are, but it feels like forever, like 2 years. I don't recall. So it was refreshing when I had a chance to do Haunted Mansion in our Walt Disney World trip. I was like, I miss this. Too much Haunted Mansion
It's
today.
been a while for us. It's been a while for us.
How do you feel about the overall of this store? Like the vibe?
From just what I've seen, on Disney, what they've shared on this post here, and then I know Fresh Baked David, he's there today. He was lucky enough to be able to go in and check it out, and from what his little video looked like, there's a lot of really fun details in there. They've been adding little ornate details outside and inside over the last month or so, and it's cool. It tells a really fun storyline. I think it's gonna to fit in really, really well there. Some people have been posting that they don't like the perspective of the building being so large next to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but I think it kind of does. Someone brought up a good point when I was with them the other day, mentioning the fact that Somewhere Beyond does a really good job of making Tiana's look smaller. Right, it kind of hides behind it and is smaller, and it's supposed to be like that because Tiana's isn't supposed to be a mountain, right? I mean, it used to be called Splash Mountain, but it's no longer supposed to be a mountain. It's supposed to be a southern salt dome,
A salt dome.
and southern salt domes aren't very tall. They're not like mountainous. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, it does a good job of forcing your perspective down on the Tiana's Bayou Adventure to make it look smaller. And so that aspect, I think it fits nice. And then it being a stable, a horse stable barn, right? It's supposed to be like the horseless carriage stable that Madame Leota's kind of taken over as the mansion's no longer used for what it probably once was used. Now it's an abandoned, haunted mansion. So I like it. I like the theming inside. I'm sure there's a lot of really fun details in there. I saw on David's video they had like the original Madame Leota in Haunted Mansion had the lantern above it, just like that, and then the thing was on the table. It wasn't until later on that her globe started floating. Right, it used to be sitting on a table with a lamp above it, like that, just like that in Haunted Mansion. So that's kind of a fun little nod to the past. That's how it used to be in Haunted Mansion back in the day.
I gotta look at it, Danny. So it never floated back like when it started.
Yeah, not back in the day. It was just sitting on the table, in one spot.
Let me see. Man, how far do I have to? Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think I found it, Danny. Right here. Let me see. It's the one above me.
Yeah.
Is that it right there? Dang.
Yep. That's how it used to be.
So it's kind of like a reference to that. The Madame
Yeah,
Leota.
a little nod to the past there. So it's fun. It's fun. It's like her little, they have a picture of her. They have some other elements in there. There's like the demon clock inside there. There's just a lot of like witchy things outside and inside that, there's the instruments in her seance room, like the trumpet and the drums and all that stuff. So there's like little nods to the attraction.
Do you know why the instruments are on like a mirror? Is there something about that? That's because it seems like all the instruments are on a mirror.
It probably just gives the illusion that they're floating, like they are in the seance room.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Somebody was telling me it's because they did like there's a lot of candles everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody mentioned like, where's the candle man? Like this dude right here. Like if there was ever a perfect time to put the candle man, it's in one of these things somewhere. He is not in there. The other thing I saw too, it says I think it's on the Instagram version of this post where they said like more stuff is coming pretty much. Like that's how I interpreted it. It said right here. More enhancements will materialize around this ghostly retreat. Did you catch that?
I did catch that. I didn't know if it meant like I didn't know if they were just using funny words for like saying, "Oh, more details coming soon," or maybe there are more enhancements coming to it that they can't add to it. I mean, to your point, there was there was some, I think it was Theme Park IQ that had posted about like it was interesting that the building opened today because it hadn't completed like inspections yet, and maybe those inspections have to do with other elements they're trying to add to it for like maybe like there's like a little magical moment where like maybe the instruments inside come alive and they just can't have these things be in effect yet until there's certain inspections have taken place. So It's interesting. We'll have to see kind of what they mean by that. But I think it's just fun in general to have a nice established gift shop there, to not have like a cart with like
Yeah,
Nightmare Before Christmas merch on it.
man, they're really doing great jobs with all this stores. Ray's Beret, Lewis's Critter
Mhm.
Club. Now we have Madame Leota's.
What do you
Somewhere
think they're gonna do with
Dog.
what do you think they're gonna do with the gift shop in New Orleans Square? Do you think it'll still stay Nightmare Before Christmas Haunted Mansion, or do you think they'll give it to Pirates of the Caribbean and have them expand their gift shop more?
Dude, does Pirates really want to extend that much out? That's a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I don't know, Danny. Um, what about if they turn it into like a meet and greet instead of having the meet and greet outside? They just put the meet and greet, but then they lose shopping, so probably not. Never mind. They're not going to do that. I don't know. I maybe they just have two Haunted Mansion Nightmare Before Christmas stores. It's such a moneymaker. Recently, I watched a documentary. I forgot who posted it, but it was on YouTube about Nightmare Before Christmas. How like it all came to life, and like originally Disney didn't want to put like Disney production involved with that project back in the day. It wasn't until like later on, like down the line, after the movie went through its course and everything, that Disney eventually was like, "Oh yeah, this is a Disney anime." You know what I mean? It's like part of the Disney brand. Because I think they launched it as Touchstone or something. It was not Disney. But it's crazy how much moneymaker Nightmare Before Christmas merch from the merchandise aspect is. I think they keep it, Danny. I don't think they'll lose the pirate store. The pirate store in Magic Kingdom in Paris are very big.
Yeah, ours is just really small. It's really tiny. There's not too much stuff in there. So it would be cool to expand that a little bit, but at the same time, the Haunted Mansion shop being there directly next to um, the meet and greet, it does allow them the opportunity to sell probably some merch after the kids have just met Sally and Jack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um. So yeah, that's cool that they released that out of nowhere. Everybody's blocked out. Danny, I want to talk about your experience because you actually went to Disney while we're all blocked out. You encountered crowds. How do you feel? How do you feel about these crowds today, Danny?
Yeah, it was crazy. I went the first day of closure. So like the first day, the Saturday after everyone was blocked, and it was so packed. There was like Mondo was showing it too on his, I think it was on his X, where it was like 70-minute waits and just like crazy wait times throughout the day. And he was saying this is blackout day wait times, and it was crazy because you would assume that it's going to be like light crowds, but it's the most one of the most expensive days to go. There's only like multi-day tickets, single day tickets, and like some Southern California tickets available, but it was really busy, long waits, massive crowds in the pathways, and there was no annual passes there to kind of add to that. So I think Disney loves these last 2 weeks of the year. They can really, just hone in on the guests that are coming in. Then they're all in on spending money. Those guests, because they're there for a little bit of time. They're not waiting hours and hours before for a parade. They're just coming in and doing what they want them to do, which is getting the lightning lane and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like this is probably Disney's favorite time of the year to close out year-end revenue.
Dude, look at that. Look at these times right here in this little corner. If you were to do those three rides right there, it's like 3 hours. We're just talking about Buzz, Star Tours, and Astro Orbiter. Oh my Lanta. You never see that. You never see that, dude. That's just crazy. Uh, yeah, Disneyland ain't missing their pass holders, right? They ain't missing us.
They're not missing at all.
uh, we got We got a member chat from Joshua 18 months. Aloha, Danny, Mondo. Much love to both of your channels. Happy to be part of this community. Hey, happy to have you. Also, any word on Disney World Cars Land? Have you heard anything about that out there, Danny?
I haven't, other than I know some people who kind of follow the whole like permit posting and all that stuff. They've been filing some permits to start working on certain things in Frontierland. And then there's been a crane that has shown up behind Big Thunder. But that's because they're doing a pretty extensive refurbishment on Big Thunder right now. But we know a lot of the stuff that's coming to the Magic Kingdom is beyond Big Thunder. So maybe some of this refurbishment that's happening at Big Thunder is also putting in some infrastructure that's needed to kind of extend whatever's there beyond it. So I think we're going to see, it's going to be, just like it was, Mondo, like 5+ years of walls at Epcot. I think it's going to become Walls Disney again over this time at Magic Kingdom.
walls. Yeah. This is the biggest kind of like news when it comes down to Rivers of America and Cars Land, or whatever they're going to call it. They're in this like deadline of permits. But if it is true, they got to start working on this fast. The whole concept of finishing in 5 years, especially too, it's insane ambitious when you think about it, because they're doing cars. They're also doing what is it called? Monsters Inc. Land, and the Casita and whatever Encanto stuff they're doing at Animal Kingdom. There's a lot of projects that are just moving everywhere at Walt Disney World. They have a new hotel that's going to debut, or already did debut. There's just so many things. It's just a wait. It's a wait and see kind of thing right now, Joshua. If they don't come in agreements in that 1 month extension, I'm really curious. Do they just abandon the project? They're like, oh, we're not going to do it no more. We're going to keep Rivers of America. All you angry fans, you don't have to be angry no more. But thank you. Thank you so much, Joshua. Also, we got another member chat. Oh! Adios, 2024. Welcome, 2025. Merry Christmas to all of the Five Fire community. Much love to you, Mondo, your family. Merry Christmas, Mondo and Danny. Dude, do you feel like this year went slow, fast? It went regular. How does the year feel for you, Danny?
I felt like 2023 like blew by. This year, I didn't really feel like it was going fast. It felt normal for me, except for Halloween and Christmas just like whizzed by like so fast. I feel like we didn't really get to, I don't know, I feel like both of us, we didn't really get to have the same haunt experience we did last year. Like I feel like we just did so much more haunt last year than we did this year. Yeah. But that's my goal for 2025, Mondos. I want to like make it a point to do like weekly Scary Farm and Halloween Horror Nights, just like go a lot more. I don't have a pass to Universal this year. And I'm not gonna get one, but I think I'll get a frequent fear.
I was gonna say that you gotta get on the frequent fear, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that because I don't need a pass to Universal because I don't go there often, but I would make it a point to go during frequent fear. So I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, frequent fear is where it's at. For me, I feel like the year went slow, where I like appreciated it a lot. Up to Halloween. And from Halloween to Christmas, which is tomorrow, it's gone so fast. These like last 2 months are just, bloop, Thanksgiving got just, there it is. And then New Year's Eve is like right around the corner. It's
Thanksgiving was gone in a flash.
Yeah. It's just like, damn, time's flying right now, man. But it's been epic. Thank you, FL Vlogs. Merry Christmas to you and your family, brother. Keep up the good work, dude. I love your food videos or your reels. I enjoy those. Daniel Delgado, 13 months. Happy holidays to Danny, Mondo, your families, and all of the Five Fire community. Let's go! Oh yeah, dude! Merry Christmas to you, Daniel Delgado. Happy holidays, man.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you. 13 freaking months, man. Appreciate you so much, so much. Let me see. Let me see. I'm just
Super
reading. Super chat 20. Merry Christmas from Darnell W. Danny and Mondo, thank you for all you do for the community. May your time with your family be special. I love it. Is there like a certain Tia or Theo or cousin that you're just like waiting to hang out with again, Danny?
I mean, I see them all regularly, so no one I really like. Truly, my parents I don't see all that often. So that I already went to visit them a few weeks ago to celebrate like my birthday and Christmas early since I wasn't going to be with them. So that's kind of more like when we can get together doing that. But all my aunts and uncles, I see them because they all live close to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm excited to hang out with my cousins.
Yeah, you're a big family.
Yeah, the stories they tell, and I have a certain cousins. They're all into Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's like I always try to learn from them. Yu-Gi-Oh's too complicating, and that's from a Magic player. Thank you, Darnell W. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family. We're gonna have a great 2 days tomorrow and the next day. It's gonna be beautiful. Brenda, hi guys, happy holidays. Quick question: is downtown Disneyland busy on Christmas morning? And are the gingerbread cookies at the Californian Hotel available that morning? Danny's the perfect person to ask right here.
In the past, they've been available at the hotel, so I would assume probably on a first come first serve basis they would be. So maybe make sure that's a priority for you if you're trying to do that. They will sell out at some point, right? And there'll probably be a long queue for that. Um, and then as far as Disneyland being, well, she's saying is downtown. Is she saying
Downtown
downtown?
Disney, yeah, downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney is definitely busy, and usually on busier holidays like Christmas and New Year's, sometimes Disney will transition from that like $10 where you get you spend $20 at downtown Disney somewhere and you get validation kind of thing. They'll move that to like a set day parking rate because you might be coming to like stay and watch the fireworks on Christmas or something like that. They do that on New Year's as well. So just keep that in mind. Parking may be impacted, and you also may be paying more for parking on the actual holidays. That's always something that comes up too. So maybe try to park at one of like the local hotels that offer public parking, maybe, or even like the Garden Walk if you want to go that route.
I just want to show Wonders of Magic on X. He posted this today. This is from today. That's what it looked like at the parking structure at 10 in the morning. So somewhere around 10 in the morning. Look at that, Danny. I was like, that is like 2019, 2018 days right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is it that it's that crowded or the inefficiency of the processes that happen there? Or it's just a combination of both. What do you think?
I think it's a combination of both, right? They with the Magic Key guests, a lot of the Magic Key guests really know if they're parking at the structure, they know that there's multiple places for them to go through security, right? So if they see a long line at security here, they're going to go across the pedestrian bridge, maybe try by the Disneyland Hotel. If that's busy, they might try the downtown Disney entrance, or maybe they expect crowds like this. Maybe they'll go park at Toy Story and go the other route. So I feel like the Magic Key guests kind of really disperse things, and the average guest that doesn't come very often, they're going to put in their Google Maps, in their Apple Maps, Disneyland, and then it's going to take them every single time to the parking structure, and they're just going to follow the signage at the parking structure to wait in line for security and wait in line for the tram because they don't know any alternate routes. So I think that's kind of why we see that it may be no different. It's still going to be a crowded day, but I feel like we see that impact at the structure because of those guests just don't know alternatives.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody Googling Disney or Disneyland parking. Everybody's going to Mickey and Friends. I
Yeah, it
feel like
doesn't
most of
take
those,
you anywhere else.
like honestly, 95% of those people went to Mickey and Friends. Because how many people literally type in Toy Story parking lot in their GPS?
Yeah, and you have to type in Toy Story in order to get you brought there. Otherwise, it doesn't take you there.
yeah, there's no way typing in Disneyland parking. It's just Mickey and Friends for the most part. That's crazy. Uh, Jocelyn says, I'm going to Disneyland, and on the Disneyland website, I saw there's no tickets left for Friday the 27th. Yeah, imagine how busy that's going to be. There's no tickets. Oh my gosh. What is the 27th?
That's this Friday.
Friday. Yeah, this Friday. Okay, I still feel like I'm far away from Christmas, but it's literally it's tomorrow. It's freaking tomorrow. We got Virginia Lake gifting 5 members. Wow. Virginia Lake, thank you. Oh my gosh, how did I miss this? Jocelyn, Edgar, Adatha, Natashell, and Fresh L got the gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Fire! Thank you, Virginia. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Wow. Wonders of Magic. We got Nick in here. Are you still at Disneyland, Nick? Is it packed? Or are you at downtown Disney? I don't know what he did today. I think, talk about Nick. I think he posted pictures of Parkside. Let me show this, Danny. I forgot he posted that. I saw that in the morning. Right here.
Oh, dang. Walls are down.
Parkside Market. You get a better look at it. Sip and Sonder. I already forgot what they're going to have there.
Sip and Sonder is a coffee shop.
Oh.
So there's a coffee shop, a bar, a Korean chicken place, and one other thing. I forgot what it was.
Was it soul food? Something soul food? Soul? I can't remember.
Maybe it was that. Yeah. So but I remember there was a Korean chicken place. There's Sip and Sonder is a coffee shop, and then there's a bar upstairs on the second floor above Sip and Sonder. That's has a sit around bar.
Let's see. Am I in the right? Am I in the right article?
Yeah, you passed it already, though.
Oh, I am in the right article?
Does it say right there?
There we go.
Soul Sister is the Korean chicken place. Sip and Sonder is the lattes and frozen drinks. Gigi's Chicken Shop is the chicken. So it's like Soul Sister was the one we forgot. And then the second story bar.
Okay. I could have sworn there was pictures or something. There we go. No pictures? Oh my gosh. There is pictures. There we go.
That's Soul Sister.
Okay.
No and then food? Sip and Sonder.
Dude, this is like Chick-fil-A right here, right? Literally looks like a better uppity Chick-fil-A. The nightlife. All right. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that. Now that the walls are down, you think that opens by the end of January, Danny? Right into February stuff?
I could see that. I could see them wanting to get in on that for sure. And also walls are down too, and sign installed. I forgot who posted a picture of that over at Disney Wonderful World of Sweets in downtown Disney.
Oh
yeah. The sign is up there, so that one's looking like it's coming along soon too as well. I literally can't wait to go in there and get that popcorn. I need that popcorn.
Let me see. Who was it? Luke No, Critter Club at HQ on X.
Yeah.
Dude, look how that's like magical. I just get like a magical feel of what's going like
I
really.
know a lot of people were talking about how they don't like how downtown Disney's really left that whimsical feeling, and I feel like this store's gone back to that. The inside's really fairy tale esque with all this like over the top like Disney stuff, and then the outside's kind of over the top as well too, but still fitting in the vibe. So I feel like it's a good mix of both, and kind of gives people that that vibe they were looking for, that they said that was being lost in downtown Disney, and they was kind of all going towards like a more uh, plain kind of Disney Springs esque look.
There we go. There it is. There it is. I don't know why it's blurry. I think that store opens anytime soon, dude. They want to sell all those candies to everybody. Why do you say popcorn? What was the big draw on the popcorn in there?
They're gonna have a stand inside. Inside that, there's like a bar. There's gonna be like a bar inside there that sells Werther's original caramel corn, just like at the Caramel Kitchen in Germany at Epcot. So
Oh, that okay. Dang.
yeah, so they're gonna be serving and making fresh hot caramel corn in there with Werther's original caramel, and that is like literally my favorite thing to get at Epcot, and my family's favorite thing. We would always go get that. You can smell it when you're walking by Germany when they're making it. Walking into that store is incredible. It smells amazing, so it's gonna smell amazing in this store too. I'm not sure if they're going to sell all the Werther's original stuff that the Caramel Quiche sells over in Germany in Epcot, but they are going to sell the caramel corn because that's what the article said. So
Mm.
that's like one of my favorite souvenirs to get at Epcot is a bag of that, especially if they're making it fresh.
I've been
And
it.
it's
It
so
smells
good.
so good in that store.
I know, and
It
it's gonna be so good to have that here because I was always like so looking forward to like I would be like, oh yes, we're going to Epcot. I can go get my. I'd always be like, I gotta make sure I'm going to Germany. I gotta get my bag of popcorn. And a lot of times I would get a bag to like if I was gonna go to Epcot on the last day, which sometimes we would try to make it do that because this is you have to remember this is fresh caramel corn, so like it's not like made to be preserved. Like it's literally fresh popcorn that they popped and then they're putting it in these hot vats of melted caramel and then they're like tossing in it. So it's like it's not going to stay very long and it actually gets stale really fast. Like so this isn't the kind of popcorn where you can like buy it like mid trip and then like take it home and eat the rest of it at home. It's going to be gross. So this is like a maybe 1 and 2 day like you can eat this. Cuz
it
I've done that. I brought it home and it was gross.
the one at Magic Kingdom has nothing to do with this style of popcorn, right? Because
I don't know. I don't know. The Magic Kingdom one is it's not Werther's original. It's just like other stuff and I think it's run by completely a third party. It's not even run by Disney. So,
yeah, because I've seen this. I thought that's what you were referring to, where it's kind of like Chipotle style. you you choose the combination that goes into the popcorn.
yeah, and they could be doing that. But they did mention in the article, if you pull up any of the articles that talk about Disney Wonderful World of Sweets, they specifically call out Werther's original caramel corn. So they might have it so that you could just get caramel corn, and they might also make it like that where there's like a bunch of candy you can throw on top of it because it is a candy store, right? So
Yeah,
it would
that's what I
make
was
sense.
thinking.
It would make sense if they included that. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's by the same people because that's a third party that does that one at Disney Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. We got Antonio. I heard that Disney confirmed for building the dragon for Fantasmic, maybe 2025 or 2026. Uh, we already know a dragon's supposed to be coming. It's just when. I hope it's one of the next 1 or 2 years. But yeah, Fantasmic's a rough watch right now.
Yeah, I think the best route they can go. I mean, I know people are speculating that the new dragon will just kind of do what they do for all the fire effects now on the castle, which is just smoke and steam with like fire projected onto it. But I think it would be a better I think it would personally be a better effect if they just shot pyrotechnics out of the mouth. And I don't think there's a risk of that really causing too much fire like the other one. If it just sprays like sparks out of its mouth, and then like you can just picture in your brain that those sparks being green like lit the fire kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So that could be. I feel like that's better than the smoke, because I feel like depending on how windy it is, the smoke effect might not look very good.
yeah. I, I look at it like this: as long as there's a dragon, I'm cool with whatever they do. Uh, it's never gonna shoot fire again. Those days are long gone. But I'm cool with it. Fantasmic needs a big ass dragon. Um, I'm really sad that they didn't go the route of like a big
Good on
physical
the
head like how Walt Disney World has. Why couldn't
hmm
we get that for the interim? This whole Maleficent being on a big stick and Mickey just just kind of roaming around endlessly and doing stupid circles. I don't know. It hasn't won me over. Hence why I haven't watched that show very much. I just, and lots of times things don't work. Period. And a couple of times when I was with Danny, we didn't even get fireworks. So Fantastic's been a disaster, honestly. It's not the actor's fault. It's Disneyland. Disneyland. Whatever's happening with them, who knows what their budget constraints are too. But it's been rough. It's been a rough one. Uh, do the ABC Christmas parade is that tomorrow or they wait till the 25th, Danny? The ABC parade.
I thought it was Christmas morning.
So okay, so in 2 days. I
Yeah.
don't watch ABC. I have no idea. So um yeah, who was it? Was it like John Legend or something? I can't even remember who it was. Um, all right, let me move on. There was something else I wanted to talk about. What? Where is it? Um, there was something else. I can't remember. I can't remember. Man, I'm trying to think. Anything on your end, Danny, that you wanted to talk about for today?
Um, Kind of just wanted to talk about like what we can expect going into like the immediate after Christmas, right? We know over at DCA we're gonna go right into preparations for Festival of Holidays and I mean Festival of Holidays, Lunar New Year festival, and what that's looking like this year. We only know kind of a little bit about that. Disney's only shared so much. We know the dates of it, and we know that this year there's going to be new costumes for Mickey and Minnie that are centered around Korean traditional, Lunar New Year like traditional wear that they would be wearing. Um, and then we know that Disneyland, we're going to have this period where they're kind of prepping, right? They're prepping for Disney 70, right? Disneyland 70. We're going to see probably some Disneyland 70 decorations start popping up throughout the park, is my guess. And then, even though that doesn't kick off till May, they probably will have a lot of that stuff up way in advance. They've got to decorate not only Disneyland, but Disney California Adventure. And then they also got in the interim between now and then, they've got the Season of the Force.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that's coming up soon. And it's going to be interesting to see too with the speculation of the projections over in Star Wars Land over by the Black Spire outpost in front of the Millennium Falcon. What that's going to be looking like if we have something special there for the fireworks show for the Fire of the Rising Moons.
Something
During that,
says that projection show that's coming to Galaxy's Edge is going to be the whole fireworks, like it's not like projections in the beginning and they go away and then just fireworks happen. I have a feeling it's going to be like the castle where it's just a whole complete synchronization with the music, so storytelling happening with projections throughout the run of the fireworks. Do you think that? Because at first I thought it was going to be like only like a little bit in the beginning and then they just kind of go away, because the robot talks and says stuff and then just kind of stops talking. Because like I could have sworn it was originally like, oh, the robot's projecting onto the wall. That's just, but I don't think they're going that route anymore. Uh, do you think that, Danny? That it's like projections for the entirety of the show?
I mean, it doesn't really canonically make sense for like the land, because these stories, like how would they have videos of it? But I feel like they kind of already broke that, you know what I mean? Because they said that they're gonna start having like they've already brought characters like
Boba Fett.
Mando, Boba Fett, and stuff like that into the land, and canonically they shouldn't be there either. Um, so I guess in that aspect, maybe you are right, and they're just trying to like embrace, the things that will make them money.
Well, I was gonna say, it's their plan B. You know, if there's no fireworks and they have these dining package people, well, at least you get to look at projections for the entirety of the music. So that's why I think that those projections will be there for like the whole run of the music. Originally, when I heard projections, I was like, "Oh, it'll just be in the beginning of the show," but nah, I think it's the whole thing. Can we legally talk about the Fast and Furious concept art? I'm still kind of on the end. I don't want to show it, especially on my YouTube channel. Did you have a chance to see that concept art, Danny, of the ride vehicles above the head?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the one that was
Yeah,
posted on X of like the ride vehicles that had they were like cars with tires.
yeah. It's pretty much Cosmic Rewind, right? We've been saying it for a while. Cosmic Rewind that's going to go faster and upside down, which that's already ridiculous as it is. What are your thoughts seeing that picture and like it's going to have 16 riders? You know, I don't want to go get too. I don't want to go too deep into capacity talk, but this is going to be very popular at Hollywood. What are your thoughts on all of that, Danny? Only fits 16 people at a time.
Yeah, that could be. It could be bad for capacity for sure. It would definitely make Express a lot more worth it, if that was the goal for you to try to ride that ride multiple times, if not at least once, and not have to wait like 3 hours for it. But depends on how fast it moves through it all, right? It's not. Um, the nice part about it is it looks like it's a pretty long track with from the concept, like made up concept video ride throughs we've seen. There's definitely a lot of um, what do you call those points, the block points in roller coasters, and each time there's a block point they can add another train on the track.
Mm,
So like there's definitely, it seems like there's potentially like three different block points if you count the station, and like one at the end for the brake run, and then one in the middle somewhere. So at any point they could potentially having three trains cycling at the same time. That could be pretty good, as long as they're being efficient with how they're loading them. Um, it could be pretty fast. That's so it may not be as big of an issue as we think.
yeah.
Um, but if it's loading as slow as something like, you know,
Accelerator.
Accelerator, yeah, then it's a big problem.
uh, Seeing that concept art, does it excite you, Danny, or you're still like, I'm not getting on that ride?
No, there's nothing they can do that make me go on that. No. Yeah.
Are you guys excited for Lunar New Year festival? Any foods you guys wish makes a comeback this year? That's a good talk. We are really around the corner to it, honestly.
Yeah, Mondo and I have always loved Lunar New Year Festival. The parade moment, the food offerings, just like the merchandise is always fire during this event. It's always been a really cool event. I've enjoyed the food too. One thing I don't want to come back is those stupid garlic noodles. Never bring them back. They keep bringing them back, but please don't bring them back. Like, I don't want them back. So I hope those don't come back and we get something different at the Noodles and Company booth.
They're right
But
there.
yeah, oh my god, they're like, I just remember, Mondo, you ordered those and you lift up the noodles and it's just like a pool of grease on the bottom.
Like grease that you're like, why would I eat this? Like it was bad. And the noodles suck, honestly. The version that Disneyland makes were not good. They were not
Mm-mm.
good.
Yeah, so I hope they don't
No
have that, but
redeeming quality of the Disneyland version.
there was a lot of fun stuff. I loved the cheeseburger bow last time. As much hate as that got, I really loved it. People loved that, the birria egg roll. They
That
loved
was
that.
good. I love
Hmm.
that.
That orange thing was selling out all the time.
Yeah, that was
That was selling out. They had some really good cocktails too. I had a couple of those as well.
a
Um,
mango melon cocktail. That sounds so good right now. Oh yeah, the bow, dude.
mhm.
When you mentioned, it, I was like cheeseburger bow. I mean, to me, it tasted like In and Out in a bow.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was pretty good. There was a lot of stuff, so I'm excited for anything really to come. I love the doing the tasting card during this because I feel like it's always a win. Like you're gonna love everything you're gonna try. For the most part, like even if you don't like, let's say the garlic noodles, like that booth had other alternatives that were better to choose. So like you can get your sip and savor pass for 6 and be confident that you'll get like 6 really good things.
Bulgogi
So
pizza. Damn.
there's a lot of fun things. I'm excited to try it. I love Lunar New Year Festival, and I'm ready for it again to see kind of what new things they come up with.
Dude, you know, I can't help but say this. Uh, to me, Lunar New Year is the prime time to get a lanyard, like a sip and savor lanyard. It's the one to do it at. Festival of Holidays. Did you buy a lanyard this year, Danny? Did you go through
I
the?
did, and I loved it. I
It
loved
was
everything
worth
I
it this
had.
year. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Last year, no, because it was the Festival of Mac and Cheese.
Those are the dark days.
Yeah.
We got a super chat. Endless Abyss. Guys, Endless Abyss. Imagine how cool it would be if DCA had Spider Man wearing Santa Claus hat during photo ops. Hopefully it happens. Any of those characters wearing a Santa. We do have Deadpool in Santa, like a complete Santa attire. So it's
I
not
was just
like
gonna
they,
say that.
yeah, it's not like they can't do something Santa or Christmas on a character in Avenger Campus. Um, I don't know. They maybe they were just like we only had budget for one character. You know one thing, Danny, and I'm not trying to like hate or anything, but I didn't even watch that Hawkeye Christmas stunt show not one time. I didn't even know it existed. I saw like Debbie Wilson, I think, posted it recently, and I was like, oh gosh, I forgot that show existed. Did you even watch it one time this Christmas season?
No.
I totally was like, it just was never on my radar. I just forgot. I forgot it existed. That was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it, dude. Man. Dragon Blood with a super chat. Hello, Mondo, Danny. Since it's the end of the year, the I enjoyed this year. I think he meant like the movie I enjoyed the most this year. Godzilla, Kong, the New Empire. I can't for 2025 and beyond. Danny, ringing in the year, what has been like your top 2 new movies, like brand new movies that you've seen? Your top 2.
Oh man, that's hard. I feel like there was good movies this year. We saw a lot of good movies. Wicked was for sure one for definitely this year. Um, I don't know.
Your top 2. Top 2. It's kind of hard because you have to like remember all these damn movies. Top 2.
I know. I was like trying to look up like 2024 movies now and
Let me
see
see.
like
I'll bring up a list. I'll bring up a list.
which ones that I saw. So I can't remember if it was like this year or last year.
Mm, let's see. What stands out in here? This is like a bad list. I need.
Oh, Wild Robot. Wild Robot for sure. For sure.
Wow, Robot was good.
Yeah, I loved Wild Robot. Uh, that was just and Fall Guy too was good. Fall Guy was good.
Deadpool, Wolverine, Fall Guy.
Deadpool Wolverine, yeah. Godzilla minus one.
Yeah, Godzilla minus one. Oh my gosh.
That's definitely your top two for sure.
Yeah, it's up there. Quiet Place. No, Quiet Place definitely was not my top. Transformer
No,
One was great. Man, if I had to like really narrow it down, it's kind of hard.
Madam's like Madam Web.
uh, like for me, I have to say, Terrifier was great. Uh, Wild Robot was just beautiful. It was literally beautiful.
Dude.
Godzilla minus one was this year.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was like
that's my number one movie. It's my number one movie. Godzilla minus one. And Sonic. Sonic 3 was pretty damn good, man. But like to kind of bring it down to two, Wicked was great too. Oh, it's hard, very hard.
I think Wild Robot topped it for me. Just like the music, the storyline, like the animation was so beautiful in that movie. Oh my gosh! And
Dune.
I really hope that Wild Robot wins. I know it's up against some hard competition with Disney, with Inside Out 2 and everything, but I really hope that Wild Robot wins as an original idea because it was like really good.
Man, a lot of these movies I have not seen.
You
Uh,
saw Challengers, right?
God, I watched Civil War. It was so boring. We walked out of the movie theater.
Did you watch Challengers?
No, I think Coco did though.
I saw it with. I think I saw it right after Coco did.
Yeah. Man, this is the list for top movies this year. What the heck? I don't know. Dune Part Two was incredible, but I wouldn't put it up there. Brutalist, 4 almost 4 hour of a movie. That's crazy. That's hard. Godzilla minus one though. That was one where I was like, that's what a movie theater experience should feel like. Uh, did we talk about the new Haunted Mansion? Yes. Yeah, we right in the beginning, Johnny. Lunar New Year is the only time I buy a tasting card. Yeah, I feel the same way. The spicy noodles are super hot. Let me see. Let me see. Don't say Wicked, please. Nah, Godzilla minus one was just so dirty, dude. So good. That movie's ridiculous. Uh, Barbie. Barbie was not this year. I don't.
I thought it was last year, right?
Yeah. Um, there's
Mondo,
something.
are you looking forward to Nosferatu? Nick says, and the
Yeah,
Avengers.
dude. Nosferatu, I heard is like really good. Really, really good.
Is it supposed to be like super scary?
Yes, yes. And I heard things about Nosferatu like 2 months ago, because like they did screenings back then and stuff. So now to like finally, I think it comes out today or tomorrow or something. It's like we're in that time of it coming out. I'm excited. I'm excited. Um, Danny, we haven't talked about this. It kind of went under the radar that Bluey is coming to Disneyland.
I saw that.
What do you think? What finally pushed Disney to who knows what they paid for these rights? But they're bringing Bluey to the Disney Cruise Line first. It's going to go to Walt Disney World and it's going to come to Disneyland. But we just care about Disneyland. What do you think? DCA?
Yeah, for sure, it's going to be DCA, 100%. Probably somewhere near Disney Junior. It's funny because we were just talking about how I think next year is when, like the first part of the year, or like maybe it's the end of this year, that Disney Channel goes off air permanently. There's no more such thing as Disney Channel. So it's like, where does Disney's kid programming lie now, right? It's just in Disney Plus, at least for now, right? Maybe it gets syndicated and licensed to like Netflix and other things too, just for a little bit more exposure. But there's no necessarily like Disney Channel or like Disney Junior per se that's on Disney Channel where people can go watch kid shows that are like for Disney. So like now they're all going to just be living on streaming platforms. So there's necessarily like, is this the end of like the Disney Junior like dance show? You know, like is it just become like a space that just shows like Disney kids cartoons, and that could include Bluey? Like, you know, there's not really like anything specifically like with that. You know what I mean? So
Kind of how they show the cartoons on Main Street for Mickey.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, Bluey's about to bring the crowds. Um, you know, I do my best to understand things, and Bluey has a humongous fan base, especially like the concept of minutes watched on Disney Plus. They're just the leader. They're the leader. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Let me see. Bluey minutes watched on Disney Plus. I'm just curious. Let me see. It's I don't want to show this one. We'll go to Deadline. Might as well show Deadline. Let me see. Bluey captivates audience on Disney Plus with record debut for The Sign. What's The Sign? What does that mean?
It's one of the episodes.
Made its Disney Plus debut April 14th. After 7 days of viewing, the episode drove 10.4 million views globally. I want to see. Just last month, Bluey had another billion-minute week. This time attracting 1.047 billion minutes during the week of March 18th to the 24th, which is the 13th consecutive week with 1 billion plus viewing minutes on the series. So pretty much Bluey is carrying Disney Plus. Ain't nobody watching nothing else crazy like Bluey. Bluey's just it's the god. It's the god of Disney Plus. What's the latest news on Avatar Land and Coco Ride locations?
Well, there is no latest news. There is no latest news. We just know they're both going in DCA. That's all.
What we do have, I saw Scott Gustin tweet this out. Right here, Danny. This is 3 hours ago. I don't know if you had a chance to see. The existing backstage parking lot behind Avengers Campus in Cars Land will close on January 12th as crews begin Avengers Campus expansion construction. That's good. Yeah, I'm excited. Ready to ride the Ferris wheel every now and then because that's the only way you could look back there. What do you think? This was a promise that was like up in the air, but Disney's following through. Danny, they're ready to get this stuff started.
Yeah, they are going to move fast on this. We're going to see the land clear out pretty quickly, and then I would imagine we'll see the frame of that giant show building probably go up right away. Probably cranes coming behind Avengers Campus within the next, little bit here.
Dude, is anything going to be affected by this? Or it's all backstage. We ain't got nothing to worry about. Like Rockin' Rollisters or whatever it's called. We're not worried about that.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
The Avenger headquarters show, do you think that gets affected? That's what I keep wondering. Stuff like that.
I think we already got confirmation, right? That maybe that's not coming back. Like it disappeared off the schedule or something.
Oh man, I don't remember, Daddy, but I could see it happen. These people, I think, take breaks, and there's like workplace behind that headquarters. All of that is gone. We're King Thanos. Whoever King Thanos is on his way.
You're gonna get snapped out of existence.
The one Thanos that wins. That's all I know. Let me see. Wonders of Magic. Will the 70th be as good or better as the 60th? I didn't appreciate the 60th when it was the 60th. Uh, I was not in like a theme park crazy mode.
You
Uh,
were not.
I just wasn't. So I can't even comment if it's going to be better or worse. But Danny sure can't.
It's definitely not going to be as good. I don't think. When the 60th happened, it was like the 50th where they brought the whole park into it. So like every aspect of there was like diamond stuff all over the whole park. The merchandise was just really, really, really good. We got the debut for the first time ever of the Paint the Night Parade. So not only were we getting the Paint the Night Parade, but that was the first time anyone had ever seen it. So that was like brand new. We also got what's the Disneyland Forever fireworks show, which still was very beloved right before Wondrous Journeys. And that fireworks show was debuted during that time, first ever seen as well too. So there was a lot of there was a New World of Color show as well. So there was a lot of things that were happening during the 60th um, that just really, for the 70th, it's like we're getting Paint the Night back at Disneyland where it debuted in the 60th. And whether it's going to be the same as what it was at Disneyland before, or if it's going to be like the modified version that we got at DCA, we don't really know yet. But we're not getting a new fireworks show. So we're getting Wondrous Journeys, which was from the Disney 100 celebration back. So the 70th is more like a lot of things that people like are coming back, right? Paint the Night Parade's coming back. Wondrous Journeys is coming back. So nothing new in that aspect. The only thing that's new is going to be World of Color over at Disney California Adventure. We've seen some of the merchandise already. Some people either really like it or don't really like it. And we've seen the castle decorations, and they're definitely very subtle, right? There's like a giant medallion on the castle with some decor around it. Nothing as grandiose as the 60th was with the diamond treatment all over the castle, and then with the 50th, which had literal crowns on every single spire of the castle. So like those were different times, right? So they probably aren't going to go all out like they are as they are going to do on the 75th. I feel like it's a bigger iconic year for them. This year it's going to be all about like the Walt Disney animatronic attraction. It's going to be all about the entertainment coming back, like the Paint the Night Parade and the Wondrous Journey and the New World of Color. But other than that, there's not really too much hype just yet that we know of. I mean, the food guide maybe can be good, but I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
that can't carry, like a food guy can't carry the event or like this like memorable milestone. No way. Uh, I don't think the 70th is gonna be anywhere near the magical all the stuff I've ever heard about the 60th. Like I feel like the 60th has like a place in people's heart. Anybody that got to experience that was a pass holder during the 60th. Like it's just like a magical piece of like it's just embedded in everybody's brain of how good it was. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best, but we're getting a lot of repeats for the 70th, so it's not all this like magical stuff. Even though Paint the Night and Wondrous are like the A pluses of anything, but it's not a new show. It's not a new show. I'm just hoping. This is what I'm hoping for. That the New World of Color is absolute banger, something you just want to dance to. You want to see it all the time, and World of Color 1 just never comes back. It's just King Thanos out of existence. Just goodbye. Go to another universe, not ours. So that's what I'm hoping for. But the 70th, to me, I think it's going to be epic because we're going to have both theme parks alive big time. Because the other park, DCA, is going to get a parade too, the Better Together. So there's just stuff happening everywhere. Let me see. We got Silver. Let's fire it up. Mondo, Danny, thank you. Always looking forward to Speculation Sunday on a Monday. Bluey is Disney Jesus. That is correct. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is also supposed to make a return next year on Disney Plus with Duffy in the show. Dude, we've been hearing Duffy's coming to Disney Plus for like so long. I don't believe nothing. Just like the Tiana show. Where the heck is the Tiana show?
Yeah, Arnott's Adventure also posted. I don't think anything will top the 60th for me, Mondo. I still have all my diamond merch, including all those diamond
Yeah,
pins.
and the merch is nowhere near what we've seen from the 70th. It doesn't compare to the 60th. At least this early stuff. Maybe there's cooler stuff to come, but I don't know. Uh, Let me see. Any idea when Disney will stop selling SoCal resident discounted tickets? So I saw Theme Park Duo commented on this actual thing you're talking about. Let me see if I could find his tweet. Um, he just talked about this. Here it is. I'm pretty sure this might be the same conversation. Uh, so right, yep, it is right here. We have yet to find out when the SoCal ticket offer at Disneyland is ending. We know how long the tickets are good for, but each ad we see online just says end soon. We really like to know how much time we actually have to buy them. And then he commented later, for anyone curious, we ended up calling Disneyland and they said that it doesn't end on a specific day. It's a first come, first serve system. When they're gone, the deal is done. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
They have an allotment, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I so just buy you're thinking about it, just buy it before it's gone, I guess. So there's no end date to it. Um, so that's the best information I could give you right there.
Next thing I want to talk about, Mondo, is Knott's. We talked about Universal. Well, first off, Disney shared with us the 2025 calendar, which was the second time they've done a calendar like that. And I think it's pretty telling because on that post at the very end of it, they shared planning, right? And Disney's all about planning now. They want people to plan trips. They want Disney Vacation Club guests to plan trips there. So they need to provide a calendar. Then we saw shortly thereafter, Universal put out a calendar, even with some really vague stuff, just so they could put out a calendar and match Disney. And then we finally got Knott's to share its timeframes for things for 2025, and that kind of went under the radar a little bit, Mondo.
Yeah,
But
where did they post it?
So all you got to do is go to knots.com/events.
Gosh, not even on Instagram or something?
Knots.com/events. So now we know all the dates for all the different things. So we know the dates for the Peanuts celebration, the Boysenberry Festival, summertime at Knott's Scary Farm, and then Knott's Scary Farm, which is great because we didn't know. We know when HHN's starting, and we also know when Scary Farm is starting this year as well too, and also Spooky Farm. So it doesn't. I don't think it goes all the way out to Merry Farm just yet because we're currently still in Merry Farm right now.
So okay. Peanut celebration February 8th to March 9th.
Which is crazy because I always thought it started in January. I always distinctively remember you going in January to the Peanut celebration.
Yeah. I want to say I remember that too, but okay. Boysenberry Festival March 28th through April 27th.
And you know what's really funny on this one, Mondo, is that this one ends right before the 70th starts. So I don't know if Knott's maybe planned that on purpose to kind of like go in between the different dates.
Well, look at it, Danny. They're like, we want no part of that May stuff because they're doing nothing in May.
Yeah.
Knott's is like, ain't nobody going to Knott's. They're all going to Disneyland. They want to see Paint the Night. Because Summer Nights is not kicking off until June 13th. Is that a late Summer Nights? Everybody is always starting earlier and earlier. So it's funny to see that.
So we got Scary Farm on September 18th, Mondo. When is HHN? Is it September 5th again?
I can't remember, dude. Hold on. What day is the 18th? I'm just curious.
Probably a Thursday, like it always is.
September 2020. September. Where's September? September 18th. Yeah, Thursday. HHN. Let me see. I'll just go to my post because I know I posted that not that long ago. HHN September 4.
Okay, so 2 weeks before. So
Yeah.
that gives you a full 2 weeks to, well, it kind of gives you one weekend and then a full week after that to experience HHN a few times before you start going on Not Scary Farm next year.
Okay. I like it. I love when they're not near each other. Just be apart. Not Spooky Farm. So it only goes to Spooky Farm. I'm shocked they can't just throw the Merry Farm days out there. But there you go.
Our Knott's Adventure said that she posted all the dates, including Merry Farm, for next year. They had found them.
All right, all right. I'll bring it up right now.
They also mentioned that Peanut Celebration did used to start in January. It's starting a little bit later this year, but it's also going later to compensate for starting later.
Let me see. There we go. Merry Farm, November 21st. Wow, November 21st? That kind of feels like late, right?
It is. It does feel very late.
Like Disneyland's starting Christmas November 1st, probably. Or they're starting Christmas August, or not August, October 15th, honestly, the way they start. Look, Ghost Town Alive right there, too. Damn, nothing in May. That's just crazy. That's crazy to see. Thank you, Our Knott's Adventure. I'm glad. Look at that. Our Knott's Adventure putting in the work that Knott's Berry Farm doesn't do. Thank you for this. I'm going to reshare that on my Instagram. I love how Knott's can't do this. Dude. Our Knott's Adventure, honestly, should be the media team at Knott's Berry Farm. Like, honestly. We got Super Chat up 20. Maximum Harold, Pop Fires, Yo Mondo, Danny, maximum gratitude for you. I'm grateful for you, man. Maximum Harold, thank you so much. Thank you. Dude, I appreciate your kindness and support. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays, my friend. Let me see. I'm just reading. I'm catching. My bad. I'm like so behind. But thank you, Maximum Harold. Let me see. My Alyssa. Danny, are you going to Nighty's Night?
Yes, I am. I'll be going on the first night.
Are those tickets still available? I have no clue. Gosh, every time I try to go to Disneyland website,
I'll be right back, Mama.
Yeah, every time I go to Disneyland website, it's like it just like messes up. Like I go to like a different area of the Disney website that I just don't care to go to. Where do we go? Special events. I bought both nights, by the way, just to let you guys know. We're gonna be live streaming both days. No vlogging. We're just gonna live stream it. We're going both days. It looks like you're
gonna live stream both of them.
Why not? Who knows if we ever get it back? Look at that, both days available. I'm starting to think it's more that people are spending their money in Christmas and like traveling, and they're not worried about this ticket yet. Especially it's in March. Like we're kind of far away. The other one is Sweetheart Night. I think that one had sold out days. I have no intention to go to Sweetheart Night, like at all. Yeah, the February days are gone. Only the 11th. 180. That's insane. That's insane. Both days or 3 days in January are still available. So you want your Sweetheart Night tickets? They're still up. Paulo says, I will cherish my 60th anniversary diamond celebration Mickey pin forever. Yeah, dude, people, they love the 60th. The 60th is just it's crazy every time I bring it up. Mondo, that's evil. World of Color 1 is awesome. Imagine if they could change shows more often or run two different World of Color versions on the same night. World of Color 1, I refuse to watch it again. I just do not care for that show, dude. But we could agree to disagree, my friend. Danny loves it. He said that's his like day one. Is New Year's Eve at Disney worth it? What do you think, Danny? You buy a ticket, is it worth it? The ticket life?
Um, Honestly, if you, the problem is that lately in Southern California, we're blessed with pretty good weather, but the last couple of New Year's we've had rain, and more specifically, for whatever reason on New Year's, we get like this intense fog,
Hmm.
and like it makes the fireworks show just like colored fog, and you can't even see the fireworks. So like, I mean, I feel like I have a better time 99% of the time when I go to the countdown at DCA. So yes, I would say, but make sure you're spending your time for the actual countdown at World of Color for their countdown and not at the castle for the fireworks countdown. That's kind of how I would do it.
Every time, every time, all the people that did DCA had a way better time than the Disneyland people. Every time. Just because they get fireworks doesn't mean it's better. DCA, it's a party out there at World of Color. And there's
And the
fireworks.
fireworks too.
Yeah, I forgot about that, Danny. There's fireworks. Honestly, if you just did a DCA ticket, you would be cool. You don't have to pay the park hopper money. Dragon Blood Super Chat. I can't wait for next year and beyond with Disney and Universal. This will be a thrill ride, construction, epic universe, Fast and Furious, Walt animatronic. What else is coming next year? Paint the Night, Wondrous Journey. Whatever that new World of Color is called. World of Color Happy. Everything's happy in that celebration. It's going to be cool. Maybe, just maybe, Montezuma might is it next year finally? When does Montezuma come to life at Knott's Berry Farm? Is there one project that you're really eyeing, Danny, or just something at the theme parks?
Definitely the Walt Disney show that's going to be debuting. I'm excited for that, and I'm also just excited to get more details on Avatar and the Coco attraction, and where we're going to see those being put. I would imagine they're going to start construction on those maybe at the end of this year, coming up, like the 2025 year, and into 2026. So maybe they share details with us this year at coming year at Destination D23 on the specifics of where they'll be put, and maybe additional details about the land themselves, and what rides will be featured, since we know there'll be more than one. We just don't know what they're going to be. So, and then the Coco ride, maybe we get more details on that, what it actually is, other than just a boat ride with one scene.
Yeah.
So kind of just hoping that we hear some more about that. That's kind of more exciting for me. And then also, I'm excited too to make my way at some point with Mondo to Las Vegas to do. I can't wait to do that.
Dude, we gotta talk about it, Danny. We gotta talk about it. Crystal and Chris. They posted a picture. They're in Vegas right now as we speak. Look at this right here. That's what it looks like. They put it on their X, Crystal and Chris. I don't know what time frame they're looking for. Like, maybe October is what they're aiming for all we know. I kept hoping it would be a summer thing, like kick it off in summer, and then it just builds momentum into Halloween. But yeah, I don't know how deep they are in the project inside this building. But I think I was talking with Junior. I was like, the things that are going in these mazes, it's not like it's brand new. They've done Texas many times. They've done Exorcist.
Scarecrow.
Yeah, Scarecrow. They already got layouts and costumes and whatever tech went behind those mazes. Even the same with Universal Monsters, whatever iteration they're trying to do, they have these things. So I feel like they could get it done quickly. Um, and especially like whatever teams got put to this, I could only assume like this is their one priority. They're not like their heads are not everywhere. Epic here, Holly. They're probably just on this thing. So I think things will move fast whenever things kick into gear. Yeah, Horror's Unleashed, dude. The properties when they got announced, it was to me it was just like okay, but as an experience, this all year round thing, it's gonna be super cool. And I'm kind of more excited for like the outside areas where you hang out and like I don't know if there's scare zones or not. Like I feel like that's gonna be cool. Any thoughts on Malcolm in the Middle coming back, Danny? Does that excite you? Don't care.
No, I didn't watch the show.
I'm excited, but I just don't. It's like oh that's cool. I'll watch it I guess whenever it debuts. Uh, Let me see. I'm just catching up. Damn, 90s night in 2019 was $99. So like $60 increase, $50 increase.
$50 increase.
Mm-mm-mm. I think that's it, Danny. I think we've caught up with everybody. New Year's Eve at Knott's was lit last year. Yeah, Knott's goes hard. I've seen them. I've seen it with my own eyes. Their fireworks show's insane. Uh, all right, I think that's it, Danny. Closing thoughts. Closing thoughts on everything.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot to look forward to next year, and we're gonna kind of see as the Christmas season dies down, like what kind of is going to be emerging first, right? Are we going to see decorations start to come up? Are we going to see changes at Haunted Mansion? We also know It's a Small World's going to be staying down much longer than it normally does for an extended refurb after the holidays, so that's not going to come back right away. And also, too, Mondo, what happens with Fantasyland Theater? Does it just stay dark? I know it's going to come alive again for Celebrate Gospel, but that's just 2 weekends in February. So we'll see them get set up for that because that comes pretty quickly. But like beyond that, are we just going to let it sit dark and then they're going to use it for Halloween and then for Christmas like they did this year? Or do we see like maybe a show return there? Or do you think that before we go on that topic, Mondo, do you think that making that like a holiday central has been really good for them? Like, do you think that really kind of was a better bang for their buck than doing the actual shows there?
Dude, I want to say the seasonal thing has been good. Just because it's like it spruces up these like seasonal events that they do. The Christmas one is really good. In all reality, too, the Pixar Fest one was really good. Characters, dance party, and then they kind of theme it with food with Troubadour Tavern. Um, yeah, I feel like the success of these seasonal things has just eliminated the thought of like having a permanent show there that just runs like most of the year, Mickey's Magical Map. Can I ask a question, Danny? Why did Mickey's Magical Map even go away? Like, was it getting old? were people hating on it or something? Was there just like negative feedback? Like, why did that go away? Or it just never came back? Like, what route did Disney spin it?
I don't know. I don't know why it went away per se. I know that what they had to start doing work over in that direction on the train, and with that they like kind of closed that whole area off because remember they were working on the train for like so long, um, and that kind of changed like what was over there and our availability to walk back there. That was kind of like during the whole Toontown redo.
Yeah.
But I don't know specifically why making the magical map started because that was a while ago. That was before. So
Yeah.
maybe it's just they never really brought anything back there. We had the Lion King show after that. Remember the Lion King Tale of the Lion King. That was really good, and that was there for quite a while,
Yeah,
actually. Long,
I felt
I
like
think longer than they anticipated.
I feel like a year and a half. Like that show really
Yeah.
did stick around. Um, I'm shocked there's not Tale of a Lion King right now with Mufasa being out. They could have brought that show to DCA, in my opinion. That's where it started. It started at DCA. Uh, Man, it's crazy. Uh, Yesenia says, once 70th starts, will Paint the Night Parade be out every day or only Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday? That's a
Time
good
will tell.
question, the way Disney's working these days.
Time will tell. Time will tell. We don't know.
I'm going to go with it's a everyday thing. Just because it's in the heart of, it's May, it's the summer. That'll be jacked up, though, if they did go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did not get a lot of Viva Navidades in because of that. It's kind of brutal. All right. Before we leave, last question. Danny, any updates? 5571 or just any content from your end, Danny?
Yeah, I just had I did a collaboration with the Walt Apartment podcast, and that podcast episode went up today, actually. So that one's up. I put a link to it in my story. I did their holiday. We did like a holiday special episode where we each were given a theme park land, and our task was to bring a holiday layover to that land. And my land was Adventureland. So, and it had to be, and it had to be something that didn't already exist. And Jingle Cruise existed at one point, so I couldn't use that. So I had to do something else. So I talked about that there. But yeah, there will be an episode as well too before Christmas in 5571, so that you guys have that to listen to, and it's not coming out during the holidays. So stay tuned for that too. Make sure you guys are subbed to the podcast so that you get notified. But yeah, Walt's Apartment Podcast, if you don't know, I linked it in my story while we were on the show today.
I feel like, I'll say it again, I said it, the train getting a Christmas layover or a Halloween layover would be insane. It would be one of the coolest things ever. Because just to see it at night, the Disneyland Railroad would be immaculate. Like what they could do, there's so much land, different themes that could come to life throughout the train. The train would just, it would be so good. Thank you so much, Danny. Incredible live stream. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful time tomorrow and the next day and just for the whole week. Let's all finish the week, or not the week, but let's finish the year strong and just off to a good start for 2025. It's going to be a spectacular year. I feel like this year was a spectacular year, and I'm pretty sure we should have another live stream before we get on out of here, right? The 29th. Yeah, we got.
Yeah, we'll have it. We'll for sure have our final live stream. Maybe we can do a special episode where we get like questions in advance from the members that we can like focus on.
Sounds good. All right, everybody, smash that like button before you guys get on out of here. We are firing it down the Cali Bay, just as Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.